visibility and reclaiming your voice, there's another story that I want to share. And I'm embracing my storytelling side because, like you were saying,
Thought about
you
that.
were sharing with me, right? Like that
Yes.
alone was a gift. So yes, I'm reclaiming that gift of mine too. So, and I feel this story is gonna relate a lot with a lot of people, especially in the online world where most people it's so easy to hide because it's online, right? You don't even have to
Yeah.
use your face or your name. And so what happened? This was so funny. So I was a teacher in a platform, but I was also using this platform as a student. Okay. So I had two profiles. So one is like my teacher profile, Elies Anna, very, polished. And then another one is like my student profile, which I use a different name, no face, like totally hiding. Cause like, I don't want people to know that I'm like the same teacher. So I attended one of the live events. So usually when I attend live event, I always like use the secondary profile because like I don't want my student to see me in live event and I don't feel safe sharing it, like things like that. It's just like me trying to hold up to this whole image of a teacher if there is even one. But that was just like how I was like doing it. And then I was like doing it so naturally that I wasn't even aware, if you know what I mean. It's like, oh, it's just natural. I will use that account. And then I think 2 weeks ago, I was in this event about voice activation. And then we were sharing, and I was just, oh, I think he was asking, what's your intention? So I was just sharing intention. And to me, sharing intention is no big deal. It's not like it's just sharing intention. And then I said, my intention is to reclaim my voice across lifetimes. And then the host is like reading it out. And then like he was feeling a shiver in the body and he read it out again. And I think he read it out 3 times. He was like, oh my God, this is so good. I felt it. And he was like, did you read it out and listen to yourself? And then he was like telling everybody like, everybody read out this sentence. Like there is like an activation in this sentence alone. And I was like, it's just an intention, like I was like so casually sharing it. And then he was like, I'm going to quote you. And then obviously he's going to quote the wrong name because that wasn't my real profile, And, and that was for the first time. I was like, no, that's not me. That is not my real name because all this while I was happy hiding, right? But for the first time when, credit is due in my heart, I was like, I should have used my real name and my real profile. Then he's gonna find me. Everybody is gonna see me, and they're gonna quote me, not this fake girl profile. It was so funny. It was totally a fear of missing out. I was like, I shouldn't have used that profile. But then, of course, I realized what was happening. Who asked you to be hiding? Like you are the one who chose to hide. And literally, that was my moment of reclaiming my voice. Literally at that moment. And I was like, I'm gonna use my real profile from now on. Like, no more hiding. And then it occurs to me, if it's in real life, right? Like if you go to an in-person event, I don't get to put a fake mask. I will go in as me and I will introduce myself. I know, right? As me, right? I'm not gonna going to a costume party. But why was I doing it online? And then I realized it was because it's easy. And then it makes me think how everyone else is doing that. Think about it, like all the YouTube comment you receive, right? How many of them are like with proper picture or like a real name? Most of them are kind of like nicknamey. And I'm not saying it's wrong. It is totally okay for privacy. I do that for my own personal YouTube too. But I'm just saying in this very example that I was sharing, it wasn't about privacy. It was just hiding. It was plain hiding. So yeah, and actually that was how Reclaim Your Voice Across Lifetimes Light Language Activation that was released a week later came about. It started from this story and yeah, I just want to share it because of the relatability in terms of how easy it is to hide online and that privacy is one thing, hiding is another thing. Again, coming back to discernment, but yeah, the story was just too funny not to share